Y'all doing good? Yeah. So first of all, I want to let you guys know I got a problem with y'all. And if you see anybody in here that look like me, they came with me, right? Because I was scared, right? Okay. I pulled up to the comedy club. I saw trees over there, and I was like, maybe this might not be the place for me. Okay. So growing up in Buffalo, New York, moving down south, coming down here, you know, you guys got to get your kids out. You Caucasian people got to get your kids out to see people that look like me. I'm serious, because it's a culture shock when the little babies first see somebody that's chocolate, right? Because they don't know whether I'm a candy bar, a Hershey bar, but they know it's something different. So me and my wife the other night, we went to the restaurant, and we were at the steakhouse up in Virginia. And we walked in, and there was nobody there that looked like us. But we were hungry, you know, and you know, they got sundowner town, so we go and sit down, and I immediately asked the waitress, I say, is there a night where there's people that come here that look? She's like, no, you guys are kind of rare. She didn't, and you could tell she didn't know what verb or what adjective to use, whether it was going to be colored or, but she knew we was rare, so we used rare. And that's funny because we were at a steakhouse, right? So anyway, I'm sitting there and I order my steak, and there's a little baby sitting on the table in the carrier. And the little baby was sitting there, and we're talking, and I kind of talk kind of loud. And the little baby happened to look up, and the little baby was like, what the fuck is that? You know what I mean? Because it was really, and it's so innocent, there's no racism. The baby just ain't never seen nobody with a tan like mine, right? So we ate and we left up out of there, right? So I'm gonna tell you, growing up in New York, I moved down south, moved to Charlotte, and I was worried because you hear all of the rumors about racism, and you get scared, and you know, you want to protect yourself. So I got a job. I sell cars for a living. Plug, we're in town, happen to sell at Bristol Chevrolet. They need a vehicle, come see me. But we were over I was in Charlotte, and I'm working, and I got to the job, and I was kind of scared. They gave me the job, and I put my head down, didn't really talk to anybody, didn't associate with anybody, and I just went to work. And I'm working. About the third month I was there, I went to the top of the sales board. And they had this lady there. Man, listen, baby, forgive me. But there was this blonde, blue-haired lady there named Becky. And she was built like a sister. I'm talking about rack, ass, everything, face. She was beautiful. And one Friday, we got paid. She came over to me. She talked with a real southern drawl. She said, Huggy, she said, I've been watching you. I said, well, shit, Becky, you know, I got to tell you, I've been watching you too, you know. She said, I've never been with a black man. I said, well, shit, I ain't either. You know, so she said, well, listen, it's Friday, you know, we got paid, let's go hang out. So I'm like, okay, it's third month in, I go hang out with her, right? So we go to a little spot, something like this. I go to the bar, and I order me a drink, order her a drink, and we're drinking, and she was like, well, this is boring, Huggy, let's go back to my place. I'm like, oh, shit, they about to kill my black ass. But I done had 2 drinks. The shit said, nigga, let's go. So we went off to the car, we get to her house, right? She said, we get to her door, she said, go make yourself comfortable. So I kick off my shoes, undo my tie, I pour me a stiff scotch in the bar, and she goes through these French double doors, y'all. And when she comes back through the French double doors, she's got this teddy on. I'm talking about titty nipples poking through the holes, garter belt on, 6-inch stilettos, beautiful, right? And I'm like, they gonna kill my motherfucking ass. They gonna kill me for sure. But the scotch was like, keep on going, goddammit, keep going. So, she had ropes in her hand though, and it threw me off, right? Because I'm looking at the ropes, and I'm like, what the fuck is the ropes for? So I'm into a whole bunch of shit, you know what I mean? But the ropes, she said, Huggy, I want you to tie me up. So, you know, I went to work, and I tied up her hands and shit. I tied up her feet. And she was laying in the bed, spread eagle, just like this, right? And she had that curl that come down in her face, and she blew it up, and she said, Huggy, I want you to do what I heard you black men do best. God damn it, I took everything in the house. I She was talking about Huggy, my mama gave me that TV. I said, well, tell her ass I said thanks. Right? So, now, funny thing happened, right? You know, I think that if God, you know, I think that God made a mistake, because I think if we all changed races once a month, we would treat each other different. You know what I mean? We'd be like, shit, last week I was Mexican. I had to walk to another motherfucking country, swim across the moat. Shit, I'm gonna treat the Mexicans better.
It's like last week, man. I can't wait till next week. I'm gonna be white. I'm gonna go get me a car. I'm gonna have some good credit, goddamn. Matter of fact, I'm gonna get two just so I can have one when I come back around.
You know, it's funny, man. Damn, this is a short time. Okay. I'm gonna tell y'all this, and I'm gonna close it. So I'm at a casino, and I'm gambling. And I get up to go to the bathroom. And at the casino, you go to the bathroom and you go to piss, and they got a mirror right there. You know, some voyeurism shit, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm pissing, you know what I mean? And I'm 57. I was heard all the sex joints. When you get my age, you don't get hard no more, you just get heavy, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm using the urinal, and there's a guy standing over in the corner, guys. And he's standing there looking at me, and I'm sitting there pissing. I'm looking at him in the mirror, and he's like, "Could you help me?" I'm like, "Help you?" I'm thinking he wants some chips or something. You know, he's like, "No, could you help me?" I'm like, "Fuck." You know, I look around, ain't nobody else in there. I ain't got no problem with my manhood. I wash my hands through the towel, and I pull the zipper down. I get ready to walk out. He says, "Excuse me, sir. Could you help me?" He ain't had no hands, right? I'm like, God, for real right now, I'm on a winning streak and I don't want to lose, so I'm like, I want to be my best. So I reach in, grab another towel, I reach in and pull it out, and the motherfucking shit has scabs and scars and shit on it. I said, what the fuck is wrong with it? He said, I don't know, that's why I ain't touching it.